Welcome to the Hannah E. Gets CraftE channel. This is Hannah narrating. I actually only did the nightstands. I have to get away the dresser. The person I was trying to make it for didn't want it, and I didn't have a need for it, and it was very big. So with the end tables, unfortunately, I had sanded a little too crazy on the veneer. So this was essentially a waste of time. I don't know why I thought it was 100% wood. It looked like wood. Sometimes I make those mistakes. And it was actually veneer, and it went too deep. And so I had to paint it. So I'm going to tell you right now, I did have to paint them. I really did want a nice wood top, and I tried little things to try to get it to look that way, but it did not work out. So I didn't get the look that I was shooting for with these projects, which happens a lot. Sometimes I'll get a project and in my head I think I'm going to do one thing to it, and then I wind up going a totally different route with it. But I will say it's been a while since I've posted, and that's because I don't know, I don't post out of work because it's a lot of work for me to do for no return. So right here I'm just trying to figure out the base because I want to kind of square it off and make it look a little bit more updated. I know some people just tear off the entire base and build a base and stuff like that, but these wasn't going to be $500 nightstands. This is more of a more reasonable price for my nightstand, so I don't go too crazy with too many changes because I need to be able to get my project done all together within like an 8-hour day, because I really don't ask for a lot for my furniture. And I'm not super experienced with making bases, so basically I got better at changing a base around. And so this was some work because a lot of unexpected things was happening with this particular base. One good thing about the base is that it's solid wood, but I saw there were screws in there, so it was keeping it from releasing. So I finally freed it up, and then there was another wood piece behind it which was partially cut, so I just needed to cut it some more to make it drop. And these were solid wood, and I was really impressed by how pretty the wood was, so I really did want to show it. Oh, and I had to cut this more than what you think. I had to cut not only the front of the base, but a lot of times you turn to the side, you have to cut off the design on the side also. So it's like you're cutting off 3 sides when you decide to just cut the base. For now, I am working in my basement here and there, which makes everything quite dusty and messy for cleanup afterwards. I really try not to work in the basement too much, but it depends on the weather outside. I actually have at least 3 to 4 projects that I could just simply finish editing and upload. Like I said, it's been a while since I post, but I was working on other projects because I had to do things in my house. Some of these are more DIY. I did throw pillows. I did some wood wall art for the first time. And so I have video of those things that I was just working on my house, doing things for myself. Like I said, I was a little bit frustrated with the channel. It's very difficult. So I said, let me just take a step back, do some projects for myself in my home. And, you know, of course I videotape everything I do. So everything's on videotape. And I'll be posting those soon. So I'm using Dixie Belle paint for the very first time. And this is in Caviar Black. I have a little bit of water aside because they say, you know, me to dip your brush in water. And so, yeah, I decided to use that. And I'm not going to lie, this is some good paint. I actually have a project I'm working on right now, and I ordered some more paint in blue. And I'm going to try that out in Yankee Blue for this dress I'm working on in a couple of days. So I do have projects. I just got to get this stuff edited and narrated and put out. But I like how it kind of levels out. Like I literally could just use my brush and sit it down, and it leveled out, you know. I did not use a roller, I think, at least on the first coat of any of it. I just put it on with the brush. Everything with the first coat I do with a brush a lot of times just to kind of get it on, see what it looks like, and see how it levels. Sometimes you just need to see how the paint works. And a lot of times if you get some good paint, it can kind of level out. As long as you don't put like a lot on there. Just put what you need on there. And then if you feel like it's not really looking as smooth and leveled as you want, then the second coat, pull out the brush, pull out the roller, and roll with that for the second coat. I will say 90% of my video is sped up, so I may look a little crazy, but I have it like doubled. Most of the speed is doubled. I taped off the feet because I told you I wanted to stain them. Well, this is the second coat on the nightstand drawers. You see, I'm still using the brush because I just liked how smooth everything went on. Now it's time for the stain, and one of my favorite ones by Minwax is Driftwood. It's very difficult for me to get a big can of Driftwood in the oil base because it seemed to always be sold out at Lowe's. So I'm always got this little can. But I will recommend Provincial too. It's really nice. So I was suggested to use a roller by one of the people who comment when I was talking about using a roller. Because some people say you shouldn't use a roller if it's water-based, only use it if it's oil-based. But then I heard it doesn't matter, you can use it because the top coat tends to be a little streaky. And so I wanted it to stay smooth. And I will give you my comments on that. You know how it's bubbly with the water base and it's annoying, but if you can continue to kind of smooth it out with the brush, as you can see, the first half looks pretty smooth, and I had to continuously work on it. I suggest having a clean roller nearby to kind of, have less product on it, and it's ready to kind of smooth out once you've done all this. And I will tell you, I try not to be paranoid on the second time, on the second end table, nightstand top, and it wasn't as smooth as this one. I will say the roller did work out, but you've got to smooth it out. You've got to maybe have a second roller where you can kind of clean it up more. I did not, but I was rubbing it against the side of the pan I was using and just constantly rubbing it down, and it did come out a perfect finish, and the end tables, the nightstands did look nice, but you just got to keep rolling until it's smooth. This a reminder of before of one of the nightstands when I picked it up, and then you see both nightstands. I hope you like it, and please like and subscribe.